Good morning. Everyone is sleeping in my house. Well, minus my daughter. She's in the shower. But yes, I wanted to talk about Achan real quick because I read this a couple of days ago and it's still on my mind. And I'm just curious, have you heard about Achan in the Bible? This is Joshua chapter 7. So after, they've gone and defeated and conquered Jericho, the Jericho wall came falling down. Um, we go on and it talks about Achan, Achan's trouble. And it says, Joshua chapter 7, verse 1. But Benaniah Israel unfaithful violated the ban because God had said, hey, you're going to go in, conquer everything, but you're to slaughter everything. You're not to keep anything of Jericho for yourself. Nothing. But now look at this. But Benaniah Israel, so the sons of Israel, unfaithfully violated the ban. Now, he's attributing this to everyone, to the whole country, to the whole nation of Israel. But Achan, son of Carmi, son of Zabdi, son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, hold on, flips page, took some of the banned things. So Adonai's anger burned against Benaiah Israel. We see that one man attributed, did a thing, violated the ban, and his anger was for the whole people. Now that made me think, I'm like, that seems a little unfair, God. But when you think about it, everyone received the same word, right? They have been sustained in everything. You think community should have kept him. Now, he should have been able to discern right from wrong for himself, but I'll read on and you see what he did. It's like no one saw him, no one stood up for this, no one said anything. Probably not, right? So I'm trying to figure out where to read next. So eventually, like, there's this place called AI. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's A and I. I'm just guessing. So AI, they had gone to spy out this town and they went to see, like, can we take this? And the spies that Joshua sent were like, oh, we don't even need everybody. Let everybody rest. We'll take 3,000 men. We got this. Well, they don't conquer and they get run out and 36 of their men died. Now, this isn't a lot compared to 3,000, but because of everything they had been through, they had not lost men before in war, in when they took Jericho specifically. And that was a huge battle. So they're like, wait a minute, God, we thought you were with us. What's going on? And then they come to find out. Joshua was like, oh my gosh, he starts to mourn. I believe he tears his clothes. They put dust on their heads. They're trying to figure out like what's going on. So chapter 7, verse 7, Alas, Adonai Elohim, Joshua said, why did you ever bring this people across the Jordan? Is it to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us? And God goes on to tell him, verse 10, then Adonai said to Joshua, arise, why are you fallen on your face? Israel has sinned, missed the mark, yet they have also transgressed, which means to intentionally miss the mark, my covenant, which I command. So who intentionally missed the mark? Because it's one thing to miss the mark, right? And you fall. But like to have the intention means you had prior thought. You thought about doing that thing before you actually did it. So he basically says, okay, so go consecrate the people for tomorrow. I'm going to bring you forward and we're going to bring people and we're going to find out exactly the person who did this. So then it says, verse 15, then whoever is taken with whatever is under the ban must be burned with fire, and he and all the belongings to him, because he has transgressed the covenant of Adonai, and because he has committed a disgrace in Israel. So it says next, so Joshua rose up early in the morning. You see this all the time. Rose early. The people who get the word rise early, just saying. Okay, so he rises early. So he goes and he brings forth all the tribes, and the tribe of Judah is selected by Adonai. Then he brings forward all the clans of Judah, and he chooses the Zerahrites family. Then he brings forward all the Zerahrites family, man by man, and Zebdi is chosen. Then he brings forward the whole household of Zebdi, man by man, and Achan, son of Carmi, son of Zebdi, son of Azarah, son. They like to attribute. The Bible is telling you this. This is the lineage, because there might be something in the lineage. Just saying, in your lineage that is being passed down that you might not be aware of. And as you consecrate yourself to the Lord and draw closer to Him, those things will, like fire, will burn up, because the closer and closer you get to this fire, the Lord, things will burn up and fall away, right? So Joshua said to Achan, my son, give glory now to Adonai, God of Israel, and give him praise, and confess to him now what you have done. Hide nothing from me. I think this is pretty crazy. Calling him son, so relationship, give glory to Adonai. There's something about saying truth and blessing and worshiping and giving him praise that, look at, he's narrowed it down. Like, there's no way that Joshua could have known that, right? So it's like, God knows. He selected you. We know exactly that you're the person. So now don't hold anything back. This is your opportunity to confess, essentially repent, which I don't know if they even know this word at this point, but confess, give it to God, be truthful. Achan responded, and this is verse 20, to Joshua and said, it's true, I have sinned against Adonai Israel, God of Israel. This is what I have done. When I saw among the spoil a beautiful Shinar mantle and 200 shekels of silver and a wedge of gold, 50 shekels in weight, I coveted them and took them. Look, they are buried in the ground in the middle of the tent with the silver under it. So, lust of the eyes. Lust of the eyes. He coveted, he saw something that he wanted, even though he knew he wasn't supposed to have it. He still took it. Then you see that the thing that he buried down the deepest was the thing that he longed for and coveted the most. The Shinar, the mantle fabric, probably had beautiful colors, right? And drew his eye. But what really stuck with him, what really was of importance, was the 200 shekels of silver. He buried that the deepest. So now he gives it up. He's consumed by fire, and the family as well, because you're in a tent. No one saw you digging this hole. No one saw you putting it away. No one saw that the ground had been moved. No one said anything. No one was curious. No one said anything. Interesting. They're consumed. But what happens on the next is that they go on to Ai, the country that had just defeated, or the peoples that had just defeated him, the city. They go on now to go on to that country. Adonai reassures Joshua, I am with you. They take the city. Now, before they went to Jericho, God has specifically said everything is to be given back. You hold nothing. Don't take anything. Cattle, everything gets burned. Everything gets slaughtered. Now, with this one, they said, you go on. You can keep stuff. So to me, that hit harder, because had Achan just been faithful, he would have been able to partake of the things from the next country. God isn't trying to hold things back from you, but obedience is necessary. And I just think that's so interesting and so poignant, because Achan really, he's no different than us, right? We long for things, we see things. There's pride of the eyes, or pride, lust of the eyes, pride of the flesh. But there's not those things that we want for ourselves. But God isn't trying to hold things back from us, but He knows what's best for us. And that's sometimes really difficult to understand and to wrap our minds around, because we think that only we know what's best for ourselves. And as we grow and develop, we're trying to figure out what's best for ourselves, right? But God knows our heart. So there's a problem with the covet, because if he keeps going on, what will happen to these people, and then everyone coming after him? And it's like, sometimes you got to nip that thing in the bud, and that's what happened here. And man, he could have, had he just held out a little bit longer. Oh, I'm making my daughter some lunch, something for her lunch. So you hear it sizzling in the background. She's getting some pot stickers. But we see that if we just hold on a little bit longer, those things we're going to get, nothing is going to be withheld from us that is good for us. But there was also something in I want to say in the water, but something with all the things that the people of Jericho had touched. There was something in that God didn't want to be handed down, that didn't want Israel to get to permeate their heart, their soul. There was something deeper than just being restriction, right? But when we see it just as restriction, we rebel. So just something to think about. This is a short video today. I gotta make my kids some lunch. Okay, bye.